Hey, hi everyone. Wake up, Russ, wake up. Welcome to Dedicated to Financial Literacy. Russell Moore, it's my channel. Like I said, I started this channel for friends and some people at my church, friends that are asking me about the stock market, and it was during the pandemic in 2020, and we couldn't meet and hook up. So what I did was decided, and I would love to say it was my idea, but somebody said, "Hey, why don't you do some videos, do some YouTube videos, and then just send them out to us?" And I said, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And then I started a channel. And so this was basically for newbies, new investors, and friends and family. That's it. Somebody was reminding me recently, "Hey man, you need to remind people to subscribe and hit the notify button." I was like, you guys, you know why my motive, why I'm doing this, okay? But to make everybody happy. I don't want any of my friends getting on my case anymore. So I'm going to tell you, hit the subscribe button, notify, and you'll get more content in the future. Okay, I'm trying to push out 1 to 2 videos per week. Jeremy over at Financial Education, a very good channel. I'm always going to push his channel because he didn't ask me to do it. He doesn't even know me. He's been trying to get me to join forces with him as far as getting on, joining his platform and his, what they're doing. And so I may not be as seasoned as him, but I'm pretty seasoned. I've been dealing with the market for several years. Okay, but I really enjoy his channel, and I think he's sincere. Just like Meet Kevin, I love Meet Kevin, and there's Graham Stevens. I like him too. So Graham. So those are 3 channels I would always endorse. Okay, especially Jeremy if it's about the stock market. Out of the 3, Graham, Meet Kevin. I'm sorry, Jeremy's got everybody beat when it comes to the market and learning about the market. And even go check out some of his early, younger videos when he first got started. He does a lot of good content for beginners and stuff. So anyway, but today I wanted to kind of keep it pretty quick. I don't think I'm going to be here that long. How's everybody enjoying the stock market right now? It's still pushing new highs, man. There's no joke. It's no joke. Okay. So, but one thing that I wanted to bring up that I thought was very interesting, I'm doing a deeper dive on the company Snowflake. I know their stock has lost a lot of ground. I think it was at, I think it was well over $200 just a year ago. And now that stock it's down. It's down, and it might be right now. It might be a good time to buy. I don't know if it's reached the bottom yet. And what I mean for the newbies, the bottom, if a stock or company starts losing its stock market price, it starts going down in a large way. You want to try now. Nobody, like we say, it's time in the market, not trying to time the market. You got it? Nobody is an expert, or nobody, and I mean nobody, not even Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio. I don't care who you grab. I don't care if some of the latest and greatest hedge fund managers and asset managers. I'm sorry. Nobody can truly time the market. Now, there's indicators and things that you can look at as far as charts to anticipate or make an educated guess. But nobody can time the market, okay? It's time spent in the market. So stay in. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't be so quick to sell. All right? But you do want to do risk management. I guess I'm doing a little bit of teaching right now. You want to do some risk management. So for example, if you've got all your stocks and you've got them in a bullish run, in a bullish tendency, you've got all of them, you bought all these stocks, all these different companies, and you're expecting all of them to keep going up and keep going up. Look, everything that goes up has to come down. The stock market is like gravity, okay? It's like gravity. What goes up has to come down. Now, the law of aerodynamics, where a plane can, it can definitely go up for a while and a long time and travel at high speeds and high altitudes. That may be. But let me tell you something. It's going to run out of fuel. Because of fuel, it's going to come down. Gravity will win eventually in that plane. What am I saying to you? Stocks market, that it's going to come down at one point. And there are various reasons why a stock will reverse. It could be bad news. It could be bad news. Just one thing. Like I've seen this happen to Tesla so many times. Like, okay, some false report of an accident while somebody was driving an autonomous car, self-driving. It's driving itself, right? They've got it set, and some kind of bad accident happens. Then they blame it on the car. Once that happens, everybody's like, sell, sell, sell. At the slightest bit of news, or just last quarter, they had, their numbers, their earnings was not all that great. Now you take Nvidia on the other end, their numbers are awesome. I mean, they're blowing everybody out of the water right now. Nvidia. So their stock was going up. Stock was going up. It didn't take a genius to know that stock was going to go up before earnings. I anticipated any retail investor that's been in the market for any time and has any amount of experience and does a deep search, calm down, Russell. Calm down. I'm excited. to see you guys. All right, let's. Anybody that does some deep research, meaning fundamental analyzing on Nvidia, it didn't take a genius to know that company, that before earnings, it was going to do well. If you were really doing your homework and your due diligence, okay? So it went up. The people said it's going up. We anticipated great earnings. Tesla, on the other hand, nobody really knew. But once the news came out, man, that the earnings, it wasn't all that great. Man, that stock started tumbling, and it's down now. And a lot of people are probably questioning, do I sell Tesla? Is it over for that stock? Like I say, this is my disclaimer. I do not tell people what to do. I'm not going to tell you what stocks to invest in. I'm not going to tell you what stocks to sell. That's not my job. Okay? I'm an experienced retail investor. That's the new category. I mean, I don't have a background at Wall Street, financial analyst, but I have spent 2 decades dealing with stocks and studying markets and looking at and investing. And so I'm not tooting my own horn. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying you do have a guy that does know what he's saying. And here's the thing. You know the saying, practice what you preach? No, I don't believe that. You should preach only what you're practicing. If you're not practicing, if you don't know it, then don't preach it. Don't teach it. Teach what you really have learned and mastered. So that's why my channel is very simple. I don't go into a whole bunch of deep analytics and act like I know something that I don't know. So I keep it simple. But here's what I do know. Number one, Snowflake and Nvidia are partnering together. That's scary. Snowflake handles a lot of data cloud from an AI perspective. And we know that Nvidia, man, the infrastructure, and they've got it locked up. And they're helping a lot of companies, and they have a lot of clients. I mean, some of the top players, including Tesla that I just mentioned, are customers. Tesla's talking about over 300,000 chips. 300,000 semiconductor chips, AI chips that they're getting from Nvidia. Now Snowflake is partnering. I guarantee you Snowflake, we're going to see Snowflake, that stock, go back up again. They're partnering. and that's going to be scary. There's an interview. There's actually an interview that Jensen Wang, the CEO of Nvidia, he interviewed the CEO for Snowflake, and so it was a great, man. YouTube it. It's a great conversation, and I'm so pumped. I'm so excited about those two getting together. But anyway, what I wanted to do for the next few minutes, I just want to give stock prices. Because sometimes, you look at these YouTube channels and nobody's giving a current stock price. What did the stock do in the last couple of days? What did these companies do in the last week or a few days or a month or whatever? And so I'm going to start. I got a little list here, and I'm just going to give you their stock price. Now, granted, Palantir, let's start with Palantir. Palantir, and the CEO for Palantir is Alex Karp. Brilliant man. Pro-Israel, praise God. Thank you, Jesus. And he's doing great things. He gets a lot of flack, but nobody can deny their numbers, their fundamentals. And I'm a fundamental analyst. That doesn't mean that I don't do technical analyzing. That's particular for day traders and swing traders. I'm in it for the long haul. So what makes more sense to me and what I pay attention more to is the fundamentals of a company. Even if you're a day trader, you should pay attention to the fundamentals. Although day traders are like, look, I just want to see what the stock is going to do in a day, and it's more about the psychology of people. You know what I'm saying? I know they talk about the charts and the trends, but it's based on the solid psychology of people when you talk about technical trading. Fundamentals, you got to read. You got to read a 10Q, 10K. You got to find out what the income statement is about. You got to find out income statement, the bottom line of that company. Are they, how's their revenue? How's their earnings? Are they profiting? Is the company profiting? That's fundamental analyzing. Long-term investors. And I would encourage people, you know what they say, should I say this? I shouldn't say it. No, I'm not going to say that. But but I will say this. If you don't read, you won't lead. If you don't learn, you won't earn. That's my motto. You're going to hear me say that all the time on my channel. If you don't read, you don't lead. If you don't learn, if you don't earn, you won't earn if you don't learn. All right? So let's get to it. Palantir. That stock just literally about a week ago was at $22. It was like $22. It seemed like it got stuck there. I'd be like, I'm anxious and curious to find out where the moving averages are. And it didn't go above. It must have went above the 200 moving day average. And the 50-day, the 50 and the 200-day are up. I mean, above. So what I'm thinking with this stock is that we may continue to see it run, but it's at 25.82. It had 3% run today. It had a 3% change, positive. Okay, 3%, 3.20%, 25.82. Apple is at $214.29, negative 1.10%. So on my list here, it's the only one today that had a drop. Microsoft. Now remember, some of you laughed at me a couple of years ago when Microsoft was at about $186. And I said, based on what Satya was doing, the CEO, man, the guy is brilliant. I said then that Microsoft by the end of 2024 would be a $500 stock. And I was the laughing stock of the amateur YouTubers talking about the stock market. $500 by the end of 2024. I may not have gave that year. Let me be honest. I don't think I said the year, but I definitely said that it would be a $500 stock. And people are sleeping on it and they need to jump on Microsoft. Ticker symbol MSFT. Guess where it's at? $446.34. Amazon, $182.81. Meta, very close to $500, 499.49. That's where Meta is. Now let me tell you this. Let me tell you about Meta. I really believe they're going to have a stock split. I don't know if I'm speaking it into existence. Verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatever he says. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. I'm speaking life. I'm telling you, you watch. I'm not saying I'm a prophet. I'm just telling you, I really believe this. I feel it. Meta is going to have a stock split. They've never had one. They've never had one. They're going to have a stock split. Do I know what it is going to be? I anticipate 5-1. 5-1 stock split. But I don't know. Watch my words. I can't tell you when. Meta's having a stock split. Google, 175.09. Man, that's pretty low. I think Google, everybody is criticizing Google. Oh, they're behind Nvidia. They're behind on AI. Google's sneaky. Pay attention. Keep a watch on them, okay? Okay, Nvidia, $135. Now remember, they just had the 10-to-1 stock split. They were well over $1,000. In fact, they were $1,200 somewhere around the 8th, the 9th, the 7th. The 7th is when the stock split came to pass. The 6th and 9th, June 9th. June 6th, June 5th and 6th. June 5th and 6th, Nvidia was at around $1,200. I think they even got as far as $1,300 a share. Well, the stock split came to play on the 10th. On the 7th, Friday the 7th, at the close of the market. So on Monday, and that's why I'm saying the 10th, Monday, 8th, 9th, Sunday, 10th was Monday. By the 10th, man, that stock split was in effect, and it was at $120. It is now $135. That's $15. It's up today 3.51, 3.5%. Baba. I got Baba, Alibaba. Most people are really sleeping on the Chinese stocks. I've always liked Alibaba. For those that don't know what Alibaba is, for you newbies out there, Alibaba is a stock in China. They pretty much operate like Amazon. They're the Chinese Amazon. They have a different business structure. I like it. The original CEO was Jack Ma. YouTube him. He just has a lot of practical, and when you hear his story, how he started the company, he's now one of the most richest men in the world, billionaire. Weird thing happened to him. He made a comment. You don't make a comment about the CCP. You don't make a comment about China, the government of China, even though he's Chinese. He made a comment. Next thing you know, he disappeared. He disappeared, and I don't think we heard from him for at least a couple of months. After a couple of months, he reappeared, and then he resigned as CEO of Alibaba, and he started the company. And he went back to teaching. He's a teacher again. He started off as a teacher, teaching high school kids. In fact, he started the company with about 18 of his high school kids. Find out about his story. It's amazing. Look at some of his interviews. He says a lot of incredible things. Okay, Jack Ma. But Baba is at $74.46. VOO, it's an ETF. The Vanguard S&P 500, it's an ETF. I'm not going to go over it. I got videos on what an ETF is. It's basically a conglomerate of stocks of companies in one sector. It can be different sectors, but mainly one sector. It's if you want exposure in several companies, you can do that. It's much more. It's not as expensive. You are going to get fees when you get an ETF, but if you go through Vanguard, they have low fees, very low fees. But the VOO is the Vanguard S&P 500. It shadows the market. It's at 504. Well, I think about a month ago it was at 470. So it's doing well. VOOV, not VOO, VOOV. Vanguard S&P. It's the value ETF, dealing with value stocks. cheaper stock. So it's at 176.88. VOOG, that's the growth stock, the ETF. It's at 337. SPY is at 548.49. QQQ, which is the NASDAQ. Invesco QQQ Trust, it's at 485. And now for crypto, and I don't, Bitcoin earlier today was at around 66,000. But Ethereum, remember, they just approved Ethereum to have an ETF. Bitcoin already got approved in February. ETF for Ethereum, it is now, right now, it's at 35.68. That's probably a good place to park some money if you want some crypto, if you want some exposure in crypto, Ethereum, because Bitcoin is way at 66. Most people, a lot of analysts think that it's going to go down to around 50,000. I don't know if it's going to go that much down that low before it heads in an uptrend again, but it definitely is not through dipping. I don't think so personally. But Ethereum, 35.67.25 is where it's at. It had a 3.5% rise today. So I'm keeping an eye on Ethereum, man. That's and again, I'm not telling you where to go. All right. So that's it. I just wanted to give you some stock prices. All of the stocks that I told you, with the exception of Apple, are doing good. They had an uptick today. So great job, stock market. Thank you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Holla at your boy. Hey.